Alright, welcome to the definitive and correct ARK Dino tier list. Now, I am closing in on almost a year's worth of playtime across both ARK titles, and that makes me uniquely qualified to give you the best and only correct tier list on this platform. So, without further ado, let's begin, because we have a lot to go through. Gigantopithecus, C tier. Kind of useful because they can manually gather fiber, but other things can do that too. They can really only be found in the redwoods. They're kind of annoying to tame. It's just not all that great. Tuso, gonna go into A tier. A little annoying to tame, needing black pearls and something to grab, something to tank. However, if you do tame one, the power you're granted by a Tuso is kind of just unmatched in the ocean. Somewhat immune to jellyfish and eels. Pick up anything. They're just kind of incredible. Alright, Phyla, A tier. Not even really a question. Amazing. Honestly, any time of the game mount because of their bleed. Good mobility, fast, decent health, pretty good damage, especially with the bleed. Just a good all-around creature. Carno, F tier. Boring. Decent early to mid-game tame, but they look bad. They're annoying. They kind of just stink. They're not that good. F tier creature. Quets. Alright. As a early access player that has been playing since the first day it came out on Xbox, it pains me to do this, but Quets is going to have to go in F tier. Unfortunately. The Quets is too slow and too weak to keep up with the game at this point. It is been completely destroyed by the flyer nerf, number one, and other creatures that are just genuinely better at their job. RGs are faster, have the resource carry weight buff on them, and can be bred to have just as good of carry weight as the Quets. The Quets is just outdated. Quets needs a TLC bad. It needs to be put back in the game. It should be faster. There's no reason it should be that slow. There's much faster creatures in the game at this point, so I don't think it really matters. Alright, Daedon, first S tier. Percentage-based healing in this game is stupid. Being able to heal up something that has 100k health that fast using a Daedon, easily S tier creature. They're incredible. Dunkley, F tier. They look kind of cool. How slow they are means that you just literally can't really use them for anything. They're supposed to be underwater like Ankies, which is a cool idea, but there's not enough resources underwater to warrant going and getting one of those, and they're annoying to tame too because of their natural armor. So like, there's kind of just no point. Rock Drake, easy S tier. One of the best looking creatures in the game, pretty strong, only source of, I guess, pseudo flight on Aberration, so easy S tier, honestly. Really cool creatures. Very fun to go get them, too. Very stressful and just generally enjoyable. Alright. Rock Golems, gonna be a B tier. I mean, like, they've got their utility, but they're kind of just boring. There's not really much going on with them. Rhinos? Rhinos can go in A tier. They're pretty good. Using multiple rhinos with multiple people to take down bosses is pretty cool. They're pretty strong, pretty cool, but past that, not really much going on for them. They could possibly be a little higher on A tier if they could harvest corpses. That would make them a lot better for actually killing. Giga, gonna have to go in B tier. Gigas are very strong, very fun for meat running, very good for Genesis missions. Past that, that's about it. That's all they're good for. They are annoying to tame. They are annoying to breed. They are slow. They have 0 stamina. They look like dog shit. This is one of the most in-need models in the game for a touch-up. This thing looks bad now. Especially given the Giga TLC from the depths that we've gotten recently. This thing just... I don't even want to look at it anymore, honestly. Honestly, I'm putting it in C tier. Fuck the Giga. Trike can go in B tier. Pretty solid early game tame, and really not much past that. Anki, also B tier. Their utility for gathering metal is a necessity in the game. The issue I have with them is that they're small and they're weak, and I feel like the Ankylosaurus should be neither of those two things, and I just don't really like the model they have. It needs a touch up. So Rex, I mean, certified hood classic right here. You can't go wrong with the Rex. All the good parts of the Giga with not as many of the negatives, not as hard to breed, more stamina, can run for longer. Just kind of cool. It's the Rex. I mean, come on now. Magmasaur, S tier. Magmasaurs are strong. They're not super slow. They have decent stamina. They have ranged attacks, if you have the metal. They can gather metal really good. They can gather stone, flint, anything in a rock. I'm pretty sure they can gather wood too. They're a little annoying to tame, but what you get for that package is worth it, definitely. Yudi is going to have to go A tier. Udis are an essential support creature for any boss fight, pretty much. The only issue is that's where their usefulness stops. They're good for pretty much OSDs, missions, boss fights, but after that, you don't really, I mean, not much you can do with them after that point. Ichthy, D tier, cool transport mount early game, and that's literally all they're there for. Not really all that great. Griffin. Griffins are going to have to go... If it was a launch Griffin, I'd put it in S tier, but Griffin's now A tier. Decently strong, can do decent damage. Pretty good traversal mount, really fast. Wish they had a little bit more carry weight. But yeah, Griffin gonna go A tier. Titanosaur, fucking D tier. Titanosaurs are just gimmicky. I don't really play PvP, so nothing for me there. They don't really look all that great. They look kind of dated, kind of stinky. Kind of just not really the greatest. Equus. Equus is going to go B tier. They look nice. They're very useful for early game. They have a lot to offer for early game. The issue is you have to have rock errants to tame them in a timely manner, that is. And you're not getting that until like the mid game anyway. So for an early game creature, kind of not the best. Anyway, Parasaur, C tier. Early game, super early game tame. Pretty useful, can gather berries, but you're better off spending your time taming a trike unless you're in PvP and you need the enemy detection, but I don't play PvP, so that's out of the question for me. Megalosaurus. Okay, overall the Megalosaurus is a C tier because it's strong and cool, but the sleep mechanic makes it completely unusable for me. If we're talking aberration, this thing goes in S tier. So I'm going to split it down the middle and put it at a B tier. Spino, A tier, looks cool, performs cool, could be an S tier if ASE Spino was still here. Problem is ASA, they kind of nerfed it a bit, it's not as strong. Yeah. Lymantria. Take this fucking thing out of the game. It is the most useless flyer in the game. This thing needs a complete rework. What it does is stupid, especially now that you can't pump speed anymore. Even when you could pump speed, they weren't really that useful because you couldn't kill anything with them to level them up. These things could be cool and could be useful. They give good silk for killing them, but I feel like if a tameable and rideable creatures only bonus, only good thing, is that they drop something when killed, then you need to rework the creature or just take it out of the game. It sucks. Megatherium, B tier. Actually, yeah, Megatherium's going in B tier. Megatherium is the ultimate counter to the Broodmother and other insects, but past that, not really much else. They're really cool. I really like them. I wish they looked a little cooler, but yeah, if they looked a little cooler or were a little stronger, they'd be in A tier. Aloe, also B tier. Aloes look decent animations. I like them. Pretty strong, decent bossers. One thing that makes me mad about the Aloe is their roar sucks, and I feel like it should just be better. Yeah, B tier. I don't really have much else to say on that. Moza also, Moza's going in C tier. Moza's another creature that's just, its age is showing, hasn't stood the test of time well. You're better off getting a fucking Bacilla or a Tuso so that the jellyfish and eels can't fuck with you. If they had protection against those two things, they could easily be A or B tier. But they're also a little bit more annoying to tame than the Tuso because it's just a regular knockout tame, and that's hard to do with something that big, that deep. Alright, Doedicurus, A tier. You can roll around on them, you can turn with the roll now, so it's a lot more fun. They're generally just better than they used to be. They look a lot better. They have stood the test of time well, I think. Stone gathering from them is a complete necessity. They're just nice tames. I like them. A tier. Dimorphodon, D tier. Like the most mid-shoulder pet in the game. They look cool. That's about all they got going for them. Archie, A tier. Good carry weight. Good stamina. Good utility abilities. Smithy saddle. Weight reduction on resources. Only thing that could make them better if they weren't so goddamn slow. I hate when creatures are slow. It annoys me. Deinonychus, S tier. Shred bosses in half. Anything with high health pools shreds in half with its bleed. They look nice. They're fun to use. They're fast. They're just a better raptor. And they're really good at killing. They're fun. I just love Deinonychus. They're cool. Belzy, C tier. Cementing Paste Gathering is cool. Not as useful with beaver dams now. They look not too great. Meh creature. Snow Owl, A tier. Look cool. Great traversal. Really good healing ability. Not as good as a Daedon's. If it was as good as a Daedon's, it'd be an S tier. Look nice. Good travel, good creature all around. Mammoth, ooh, A tier, Mammoth's going in S tier because I think Mammoth is the single best, holy shit, what the hell? Mammoth is the single best early game tame in the game right now. They are incredibly good for berry, wood, thatch, all the early game things that you need, except for fiber, but fiber's not as big of an issue at ASA with the underwater bushes. Mammoth, easy S tier for me. Ammonite, F tier. Actually, yeah, Ammonite removed from the game. I don't even understand what the point of it is. Ammonite bile, literally the only use for Ammonite bile is the ratfish treats for the Helicoprion in the ARK Editions mod. And that's not even in the base game. You take that out, what's the point? Ammonite darts, they don't do anything. They kind of stink. Mana, A tier. Good, really good damage, even after being nerfed like 50 times. Very fast, very fun, cool creature. Look cool, yeah. Pteranodon, B tier. Used to be top tier flyer. Stamina and weight holds him back now. Not much else to say on that. Ferox. Oh man, the Ferox. Where did I put the Ferox? Ferox is going to have to go B tier. I feel like if their rage was more prominent and less gimmicky, they could be cool, but they are really cute. I really like how they look. Phoenix is going to have to go A tier. Phoenix is really cool. Looks really cool. You get a Phoenix, it's kind of just a cool creature. It's very fast, very fun. Only issue with it is that I wish it didn't eat sulfur. That's kind of annoying, and I wish it had a sit down animation, like to land on the ground. That really annoys me. If it had that, it'd probably be S tier. Bronto, D tier. Another really mid herbivore, doesn't really do much. She really needs a touch up. Dire Bear, A tier. Damage is stupid for something that small. Can gather fiber, hide, meat, berries. Kind of just a really goated creature for mid game. They had a higher health pool, they'd be S tier easily. Their damage is stupid. Hesperornis, take this stupid shit out of the game. I don't care. The golden egg mechanic is dumb. They're dumb. They're annoying to tame. They're way more annoying. They have the same taming method as the otter, but they require way more fish for some reason. You want organic polymer, go get it from penguins. It's easier. These things are stupid. I don't understand why they're in the game. Tappies, F tier. Stupid flyer. They're not as fast as a Pteranodon. They have a 3-person saddle, but their carry weight almost always is going to limit them from using said 3-person saddle unless all 3 people are carrying basically nothing. Stupid flyer. Cool concept, dumb. Slow, I don't like it. Troodon, D tier. Mid creature. Troodons, very dangerous in the early game to you on foot. After that, what's the point of them? They're just there to take up space. One of the most annoying taming methods in the game. They weren't so annoying to tame, they could be C, B, or even A tier just because they're kind of cool. But, you know. Wyverns, B tier. Pretty cool, you know. Big dragon thing, dinosaur game. Pretty cool, good damage, good flight, but past that, what else is there? If you'd have asked me closer to Scorched Earth, I'd have put them in S tier, but I've kind of grown a little distant from them. There's better damage, there's better traversal, they're just, you know, not my favorite anymore. Therizino, the hippie top of S tier, my favorite creature in the game. Damage like you have never seen in your life. This thing can dish out such good damage. Gathers wood, gathers thatch, gathers hide, gathers meat, gathers fiber, gathers berries. This thing is almost the complete package. It needs to be able to gather stone, and it is literally the complete package. That is all it's missing. This thing is so good. It can even level up its harvesting to get more of something, to get more fiber, to get more wood, to get more thatch, to get more whatever the fuck. It is just the best creature in the game, in my opinion. My favorite creature, best creature. It's just great. Featherlight, S tier. Do not at me. Best light pet, Featherlight. This little dude is so cute, and he is ballin' beyond comprehension. I'm pretty sure he has the highest recharge rate, I believe, of all of the light pets, and he's just the best looking, in my opinion. He's cute as hell. He's just the best. There's no arguing it. You can't argue with me that the Featherlight is the best light pet. Leadsichthys, D tier, mid creature, literally there just to annoy you, and that's their only purpose. You can gather meat off of them, but like, whatever. Like, not really, whatever. Angler, D tier, mid creature, only uses to gather silica. Kind of cool, but like, Can ride them without a saddle. Actually, you know what? The fact that you can ride them without a saddle, I'll put them up at C tier because they can be a decent early game tame if you can get down deep enough to tame one. Megachelon, I had to put in B tier. Cool idea. I like the idea of a giant turtle you can build a base on the back of. Only problem is it's not the most practical thing, and their taming method is really annoying. If their taming method wasn't as annoying, they'd be an A tier. But they also just passively generate rare flowers and rare mushrooms on their back, and they just look cool, so they get B tier. Pelagornis, is going to go in D tier. Look mid flyer, but they do have the very useful ability of getting a lot of polymer from penguins, and that's the only reason they're going in D tier and not F tier. Oh shit, is this an Archaeopteryx or a Microraptor? This is Yeah, this is Microraptor. Microraptor's getting D tier simply because they look cool. If they didn't look cool, they'd be going in F or removed from the game. I hate these little shits. They piss me off. Bacilla, A tier. One of the best ocean mounts you can get. They take damage when going too deep, but really that damage isn't enough to warrant the mechanic anyway. It might as well not even be there. Completely immune to jellyfish and completely immune to eels. One of the best early water mounts you can get. Jerboa, S tier. One of the cutest things in the game. Essential for Scorched Earth. Don't really need to say more. Reaper. Third favorite creature in the game. Basically just a Giga, but better. In my opinion. More fun, better, more abilities, faster, better mobility. Just a great creature. Hyenodon, F tier. Stupid creature. Looks cool. Literally all it has going for it. Other than that, dumb. Astrocetus. I want to put the Astrocetus in a D tier. It looks really cool, and the concept is really cool, but there's no use for it for me personally. Like, it's a PvP mount. It looks cool, the idea is cool, but you can't really do anything with it. If you could take this thing into missions and stuff, I would love using this thing. Like, an Astrocetus doing hunt missions on Gen 2 would probably be really fun. And you know what? Just because of me saying that, I'm going to put them up in S tier, because just the thought of that sounds like really fun. Archaeopteryx, F tier. Their purpose is kind of not really... They just... whatever. Scorpion, F tier. Literally, the only use they had was making Rex kibble back in the day, and that purpose is gone now. They don't do enough torpor to knock things out. If they did enough torpor to knock things out, this would be... They'd probably be an S tier, but F tier. Titanoboa, F tier. Just kind of there to make your life miserable. You can tame them. They stink. It's whatever. Procoptodon, A tier. Look cool. Good traversal. Baby carrying ability is a lot more useful now in ASA. Good creature. Cool. Megalodon, D tier, needs a touch up. Really strong because of the pack buff and the bleed, but they need a touch up bad. They don't look all that great. Noglin, F. They're really good in PvP, I know that, but other than that, like, I don't care. I don't care about them. They stink. They look cool. That's about all they got going for them. Morellatops. Where'd I put the trike? B tier. Morellatops going in B tier too, because it's just a trike, but actually, I'll put it kind of up here above the trike, I guess, because the Morellatops is basically just a better trike. It's the same thing as a trike, but it can carry water, and it's easier to kill things because of the knockback it has. Thorny Dragon, also going in B tier. Only Wood Gatherer on Scorched Earth, but other than that, not the greatest. Decent killing thing, not the best. Also, annoying taming. They lose torpor like extremely fast for some reason. I don't know why that's the case, but they do. Eurypterid, F tier. I don't like the way they look. They kind of look just not the greatest. They're annoying to kill. They don't drop that many black pearls. They're mid creature. Trophionathus is going S tier, and the only reason is because of their saddle. Their saddle is one of the coolest things that Wildcard has put in the game. This thing is sick. That is the only reason it's getting S tier. If it wasn't for its saddle, it'd probably be C, even D tier, because it's just a reskin Tappy. Yeah. Pego, remove it from the game. Take it out. I hate them. They're ugly. They look stupid. They don't have a purpose. Take them out of the game. They're stupid. I hate them. Coelacanth, F tier. Fish. Literally, that's it. Gotcha. Gonna have to be B tier. Actually, no, A tier, because the resource production is really good. They're better for resource production now than they used to be. Or, they are better now for resource production. They used to be better for loot production, but they kind of nerfed it to the point where it's not really that useful anymore. Still good, just not as useful. Otter, S tier. Cute little gamer. Insulation buff is really nice. Can hold multiple artifacts. Only creature in the game that can do that. Very useful for getting enough artifacts to do boss fights over and over again. Yeah. Kentro, F tier. There to make your life annoying. Taming them is dumb. They're just not good. Saber-toothed salmon, D tier. The only reason they're above coelacanth is because they look cool. That's about it. Actually, no, I'll put them up at C tier because you can get prime fish meat from them too. That's about it, though. Gallimimus, C tier. Whatever creature. Fast, but really annoying to tame. At the stage you'd be using this thing, you really can't knock it out because of how low health it has and how annoying it is to trap. And then by the time you have this stuff to knock this thing out, you probably aren't going to really be using them. Enforcer, A tier. Really cool creature. Not really a creature, but really cool. Addition to Extinction. Looks really nice. Is just really cool. Very useful for early game Extinction if you're careful with it. Yeah. Manta, D tier. Mid, not really much use to tame. They look cool. They have little like angler lights on them now in ASA. It's the only reason it's D tier. Vulture, C tier because they're cool and I like them. That's about it. Moss Chops, C tier. Good early game if you can get lucky with one. Gather a lot, but Moss Chops, so whatever. Diplocaulus. Diplocaulus is going in D tier, and the only reason it's not going in F tier is because I've seen videos of Ross Clark doing underwater cave runs with them because of how fast they are. Other than that, yeah. Crystal Wyvern, is this specifically? Is this supposed to be Crystal a Wyvern Air? I'll just put them up here with the other Wyvern because actually, yeah, all Wyverns, same opinion. Ravagers, A tier. Ravagers are cool, very useful for early game. They have weight reduction. They're pretty cool. They're really cool. I like Ravagers. Wish they were a little stronger tamed because it's kind of annoying how strong they are in the wild versus how weak they are tamed. They're not weak per se, but they're just not as strong as... They're not as strong as the wild ones. Dung Beetle, S tier. The only reason farms exist. They have one use, but that one use is like God tier. Beaver, B tier. Beavers, I kind of like the way they look. They're just big beavers, but the use of them being good wood gatherers has been outmatched by both the mammoth and the Therizino, so there's not much point in taming them. They also have really fast torpor drop, so... Guanodon, A tier, easy. Guanodon, fast, easy to tame, really good early creature. Can seed things for, you know, seeds. Not terrible combat. Pretty good for early game when you'd be taming this thing, so... Stego, B tier. Really good early game tame. I'm putting it in B tier and not A tier because of how just slow they are, bro. If they weren't so slow, easy A tier, even S tier, but yeah. Dodo, B tier. Really good creature for early game because they're easy to kill, easy hide. They shit out eggs like no tomorrow, so that's useful. Basilisk, A tier. Really cool, pretty useful combat mount. Decently fast. Just Titanoboa if it was cool, easily. Diplo, take it out of the game. They're stupid. They have no purpose. They don't need to be in the game. They need a rework so bad. There's no point in these stupid things. Direwolf? Direwolf's going to have to go in S tier. I love direwolves. They're such a good early game creature to kill with. They're such an good early game defense creature if you can get multiple of them. Even one can stand its ground, you know. Okay. But if you get a pack of these things, you control the island, dude. They're so incredibly strong. They can dish out so much damage, and they're nice. Pleasy, F tier. Looks bad, annoying to use, annoying to tame. Just, it needs a rework bad. Dimetrodon, D tier. They look cool, but that's about all they got going for them. Meganeura, also D tier. Just a bug. Whatever. Raptor, C tier. Decent early game killer, but I feel like if you have the option to do direwolves, you're much better off doing that. Actually, you know what? No. I'm putting raptors in A tier. I actually think, especially in ASA, now that raptors spawn properly in packs, they are a lot more dangerous, and they can dish out a lot more damage than you think if you get a pack of them. They're not bad creatures. They're actually pretty damn solid pack creatures, especially for the early game. Shadowmane, I don't even know what to say about those. There's no, like, you're insane if you don't put Shadowmane in S tier. Phiomia is going in B tier because they kind of the same thing as the Dung Beetle. If it was still ASE, they'd go in A tier because they complement the Dung Beetle really well. But now in ASA, now that the Dung Beetle can just pick up any shit in its vicinity, I don't really value the Phiomia as much anymore. Shinehorn, A tier. Cute little goat guy. Light pet. Enough said. Mesopithecus, C tier. Cool shoulder pet, but I really wish it had more use. The use is cool, but just not practical. Baryonyx, A tier. Best semi-aquatic tame in the game. Well, was that? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Best caving creature, too. A lot of people think they're great cavers just because they can fit through, you know, small holes. But they're also great caving creatures because of the fact that they insta-harvest corpses. That leaves no corpses lying around after you kill things for things to eat it and heal off of. That just can't happen. Lystro, F tier. I hate them. They're cute little guys, but like, there's no point to them. They give the little XP buff, but it's like, whatever, you know, I don't... Achatina, C tier. Being able to passively produce cementing paste like that is a really useful ability, but god, are they annoying to tame. Sweet veggie cakes, come on, man. That's... Velonosaur, A tier, dude. Velonosaurs are cool. Biological machine gun. Need I say more, really? Sabertooth, B tier. Pretty good early mount. Not near as good as a direwolf, and honestly, a pack of raptors, I don't think it's as good as that either. Really good for hide gathering, though, so, you know. Oviraptor, F tier. What even? You know what? Nah, F tier. Just, yeah, creature, you know. Whatever. Capro, D tier. If you can get a hold of one in the early game, it will be useful, but good luck with that, and just an annoying creature overall. Whatever. Parasaur, C tier, mid herbivore. It would probably be A, even S tier if it had better combat capabilities, but... Carbo, D tier. The idea of the biological fridge is cool, but they're too fat to really, like, use that effectively, and they just look stinky. I don't like them. Trilobite, B tier, because the early game chitin they give is very silly and very useful. Megaloceros, C tier. They don't look super appealing. It's a big deer. It's cool. I wish they had more use than just being able to gather thatch well, because thatch is like whatever. Like, you can gather that pretty quickly with other things easily. Like, you're better off with a mammoth. Giant bee, B tier for B. Yeah. Dillo, D for Dillo. Mid creature, I don't really know what to type. Bloodstalker, S tier. Bloodstalkers are one of my favorite traversal mounts in the game. They are so cool. I wish their taming method wasn't so annoying, but I feel like their taming method is reasonable for Gen 1 with what they provide to that map. Terror Bird. Pains me to do this. This thing would go in removed from the game if it wasn't my second favorite creature in the game. I love prehistoric terror birds like this, and for that it's going in C tier. These things are so laughably incompetent in this game, dude. They're pack creatures that don't have a pack buff. They do abysmal damage. They don't really jump high enough to utilize their glide ability. They just suck. Like, they are one of the worst creatures in the game, in my opinion. I wish that was not the case. I really wish there was a mod that could just make them not shit, or even TLC them. I would love that. Terror birds are one of my favorite prehistoric creatures, but the one in ARK is bad, and I don't like it. Liopleurodon, take the stupid shit out of the game. I was so excited for the Liopleurodon to be added to the game, and then they made it this stupid magical thing. I get the joke, haha, funny. I wanted a Liopleurodon that I could use and not be a little loot gimmick. It's annoying. I don't like it. Sarco, C tier. Pretty good early semi-aquatic tame. Past the early game, you're actually not. No, I put it in B tier because they can hold their own. They're decent at combat. You're better off getting a berry, but Sarco is more accessible because berry only eats fish. So you know. Motor, I'll save the bosses for last. Manticore, I'll save bosses for last. Kairoku, A tier. Cute little penguin dudes. Very useful for polymer. Like, the game exists because you can get polymer from these guys, I feel like. Yeah. Carkinos, S tier, dude. Giant ass crab, really good. One of the best farming creatures you can get because I can pick up creatures and just let them go ham. So cool. Love Carkinos. Good traversal. Can hold their own in a fight. Good for taming because you can pick things up. Incredible creature. Love them. Mantis, S tier. Mantis is great, dude. I love Mantis. Also great for harvesting, great for damage, great for knocking things out. One of the best. I love Mantis. Mantis are just incredible. Arthropleura, F tier. They're here to make our lives miserable. Annoying ass, like, perfect taming item. Like, what the hell even is that? Packy, F tier. Bug repellent to tame. What the fuck? Giga Torpor Drain on a Trike. What the fuck even is this? Their ability is not near as useful for how annoying they are to tame. Just plain and simple. Calicotheriums are C tier because they are cool, they're useful, they're strong. I just really wish that the beer wasn't, like, beer is a very annoying item to get because it takes so long to ferment. If it wasn't for that, they'd probably be A, even S tier. Onyx, F tier, dude. They're here to make our lives miserable. That's their only purpose. You can tame them, but there's really no point in it. They're also way too strong for how little they are. I feel like they have one of the strongest size to health ratios in the game. Like, or one of the smallest size to health ratios in the game. Gas Bag, S tier, dude. One of the highest base carry weights on the game. Takes a little bit of getting used to learn how to fly them. You can kill it easily without knowing how to use it. Trust me, I know that. A unicorn, fucking reskinned Equus, whatever. Packy, take it out of the game. There is literally no use for this thing. The idea of a creature that you can get in the early game to knock out other creatures in the early game is cool, but it's not. It doesn't work. It's just don't even bother. Use Tranks. It's better. Compy, F tier. Here to make our lives miserable. They look stupid. shoulder pet with no use. Glowtail, light pet, so A tier easily, and Bulldog, also A tier light pet. Perlovia, F tier, man. These things would be kind of cool if you could ride them, but they're just annoying, and I don't like them. Defense unit and attack drone are going in C tier because they're kind of cool. I just wish that you could like actually make them like you could the Enforcer and use them. Other than that, they're like whatever, you know. Megalania, D tier? No, C tier. They look cool, but they are ungodly annoying to tame. If they weren't as annoying to tame, I might utilize them more. Ovis are going to have to be A tier just because mutton is a godsend in this game. Yeti, I can put it, where did I put the Gigantopithecus? Where is he? There he is, C tier. Parakeet Fish Swarm. Parakeet Fish Swarms I actually kind of like. They look cool. They're very strong. However, this fucking thing, take these shits out of the game. This is one of the most annoying things in the fucking game, and I cannot stand them, dude. They are so fucking annoying in the bog. I'm glad I learned of the tactic to just use the fucking, to use a torch to kill them. It's a lot easier. Alright, what is this? What is this supposed to be? I can't tell what that's supposed to be, so I'm not going to rank that. Seekers, I'll give them S tier because they look really cool and I like the idea. I wish you could tame them and I wish there was a purpose to them other than just annoying you. Nameless, D tier. Cool idea, but other than that, there's not really much to them, you know. Lamprey, C tier because they look cooler than a leech. That's it. Scout, F tier. No point. Whatever. Titanomirma, like, F tier, because Meganura at least aren't as annoying as them. They just attack you flat out. Mega Piranha, remove it from the game. I hate these fuckers. They're so annoying. They should not be as aggressive as they are. Leech, F tier. Whatever, it's a leech. They're really annoying. Aranio, take this stupid shit out of the fuck. You know what? Actually, oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Whoopsie. Let's make a new row. Alright, enough said there. Roll Rats are going to go in A tier. I really like Roll Rats. Actually, no, B tier. I like the idea of Roll Rats. If their saddles didn't have durability, then... Or if their saddles durability wasn't so crazy, so didn't go down as fast, I should say, since all saddles have durability now in ASA. But if their saddle durability didn't go down as fast, and if it wasn't as expensive, they'd be really fun. Mech, A tier. Mech... Really, there's nothing else to say about that. It's a mech. Ichthyornis, take the stupid shit out of the game. I hate them. They're so fucking annoying in the early game. Eels, F tier. They look cool. I wish there was more of a purpose to taming them. Synidria, I don't know how to pronounce it. The jellyfish. Take them out of the game. They need a rework. It literally says in the dossier for these things that they won't go out of their way to pursue you. And they do it anyway. Get the fuck out of here. Deathworm, S tier. I love Deathworms. They look so fucking cool. I wish there was a way to tame them. They're sick as hell. Well, I guess with no untamables you can tame them, but they are just sick as hell. I like them. They're fun to fight. Jugbug, D tier, useful and scorched, whatever. Oh yeah, that's right. There's the Mega. I'll put the Mech and the Mega Mech with each other because, like, whatever. It's the same thing, just bigger. All right, now we get on to the bosses. I will rank the bosses off of just how fun they are, how much I like them. Ice Titan, S tier. Coolest Titan in my opinion. Best Titan also, just fun. He's just cool. Motor, A tier. Giant, fat, ocean chode eel. Really cool. I like him a lot. Manticore, S tier. My favorite boss in the game. I wish it was more... I wish it was more, what's the word? I wish it was more formidable than it is, but it's a fun boss. I like him. Dragon, A tier. Hardest boss on the island. Bitch will kick your ass. Really cool. I like him. Megapithecus is going to go in A tier too because of how easy it is to farm him and how good of shit you get from him. You get a good bit of element from this guy for how easy he is to kill. Broodmother, B tier. I don't like Broodmother as much, and she is definitely easier than the other ones. Overseer is also B tier. Cool design, cool idea, but for a final boss, leaves something to be desired, I suppose. Master Controller is S tier. This is one of the best boss fights in the game, in my opinion. It's really cool. I've never done it myself because Genesis 1 is a bitch and a half, and I usually play solo. I have friends that I play with here and there, but usually they lose interest a lot quicker than I do, so we've never been able to get far enough in Gen 1 to fight the Master Controller, but I have seen the fight, and it's really cool. Forest Titan, C tier, mid-ass Titan. King Titan, Godzilla-ass motherfucker, C tier. And first Rockwell fight, oh shit, where did I just put that? Oh, first Rockwell fight, probably A tier. He's cool, I like him. Oh, this is the Desert Titan, I just realized that. Okay, well, it makes sense. Desert Titan, A tier. I like the Desert Titan, he's cool. Alright. Well, that is the definitive, correct ARK Dino tier list. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have learned some knowledge from this. These are the correct places to put these creatures in a tier list, especially this one. Fuck him.